What is up, world? Welcome back. This is Robert, of course, back with another great video. And today I'm going to give you tips on how to pay off all of your debt. So initially I was going to start talking about investing, but I had to take a step back and realize that I haven't talked about debt at all. Before I start, if you like this content, please go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel and send this video to somebody that you think will benefit from paying off all their debt. So without further ado, here we go. So before we start talking about paying off your debt, we have to understand, what type of debt there is. The first being secured debt. So secured debt is kind of like when you buy a car and then you have to go to the bank to get a car loan. In the eyes of the lender, my debt is secured because if you don't pay the money back, in this example, I can take back something, which is like the car. So it's a secured loan, secured debt. The next type is called unsecured. So this is when there is no collateral for the loan. A lot of good examples for this is like a gym membership or something like that. Purely going off of your word that you're going to pay this money back, and if you don't, then you can end up in court, or they can garnish your wages or take you to collections or whatever it may be. The third type of debt is called revolving debt. So this is mostly your credit card companies. You can spend all the way up until the limit, and when you hit the limit, you can't spend any more money. And then each month you have to pay that money back or pay a minimum amount back. The fourth debt is installment debt. Make installment payments on the full loan each month. Whether it's a 15-year or 30-year mortgage, you make those installment payments each month. So now that we know the different types of debt, let's go to talk about how to pay. There are a lot of different things you can do. I'm gonna give you a couple tips on how to pay off this debt. The first one is being pay more than the minimum. So what this does, when you pay more on the principal, you take that future interest away that you would have paid in the future. So whether it's a mortgage payment or a car payment, the next tip is to make more than one payment each month. So what this would eventually do is give you more interest payments at the end of the year. So if you're like trying to build your credit for a huge purchase, in the future, this is something that you want to do. So the third one is kind of a reverse of the snowball method, if you ever heard of that. And this is to pay the most expensive loan first. Once you move this huge mountain out of your way, it'd be almost a cakewalk to be able to pay the other debts that you have off. And the last kind of tip is to, consolidate all your debt. So this is when you take all of your debt that you have, whether with student loans, mortgage, car, whatever it may be. So that way you only make one payment each month to this lender for all your debt. So which debt to pay off? You can tackle this a lot of different ways. The easiest answer is it's totally up to you. I can't really give you a one size fits all type of answer. I'm going to give you a couple tips that you can take and just kind of, do some self-reflection and see if this is the best way for you. Number one being pay the highest interest rate debt off first. You're gonna have to pay more interest over the full term of the loan. The second one could be the smallest debt, phone bill, credit card bill, whatever it may be. Go ahead and get those out of the way. And the last and the third final, tip for which debt you should pay off first, whichever one affects your credit score the most. So make sure that you research those to be able to find out which one affects your credit score the most and try to get that debt off so you can eventually either buy a car, buy a home. And so the last tip I'm gonna leave you with today is the debt snowball method or the snowball method, whatever you may call it. So this was made famous by Dave Ramsey, I believe, who helped a lot of people get rid of their debt or pay off their debt in a short amount of time because they use this method here. So what this is you list your debt, whether it's a phone, credit card, car loan, medical debt, student loans, house, list them into ranking order from smallest to large. Pay the minimum on all of those except for the smallest, and try to pay that smallest debt off as fast as possible. So now that you have paid that smallest debt off, you're gonna take the same amount of money that you were paying towards that smallest debt and put it towards the next smallest debt. And you can see how this can kind of snowball and grow and get bigger. So over time, you can pay all your debt off. So definitely check them out if you think you're interested in this method. So last thing is Rob's opinion. I'm Rob, this is my opinion. Here we go. Debt is a huge, huge thing that kind of, puts people behind and keeps them down, whether it's student loan debt or car debt, credit cards. We can get a lot of trouble with debt because you can't really invest and grow and get that generational wealth that you would like if you have a lot of debt on you. If you like this video, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Click the bell for notifications. I'm going to have more videos coming out each week. Check out the blog for more information. I have a lot more content there. So without further ado, see you next week.